Hi, everyone. Good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Did you hear that crack on these new decks? Okay, we have two new decks because it is November 1st. This is a broad spectrum, all signs reading. I do speak in broad terms, so you have to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. Nothing's broken or wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. It just might mean you're working on something different at this time. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there is some housekeeping rules, what decks I'm using, how to contact me or follow me on social media for private reading, and easy ways to support the channel. Those easy ways are hitting that thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel, leaving me a question or comment on the video, and sharing the video out. I have two totally new decks that I bought a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and I don't know how they're going to pair. It's going to be interesting. I just kind of felt drawn to bring these two decks together. It could be really interesting messages for the month of November. We'll see how it plays out. I will be referring back to the Sunday reading, which is the underpinning energy. So if you don't understand or hear me speaking about cards that aren't on the video, I'm referring back to that reading, which populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this video. So let's see what is happening for today. What is our card for the day? Brand new, fresh decks. Fresh decks. This first deck is called the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. And something about both of these boxes, the colors seemed really in sync, even though the sort of topics look very different. So you'll see what I mean. We'll see how these play out. So let's get into this reading. Let's see, what is our card for today? I really like how this deck shuffles. So I'm excited to see what goes on here. So what is our card for the day? It is the Ace of Torches. Okay, so this is going to be the Ace of Wands. First off, I have to say I love this rich purple. Purple to me represents more like crown chakra energy. It's like a color of spirituality, of royalty, of divinity, right? And I love how this is the Ace of Wands, which we saw in the Sunday reading. So this means that new beginning, those new ideas, those new inspirations should be all around us, right? There's something present that we need to be paying attention to, on the lookout for, not be surprised by new inspiration that comes to us sometimes out of the blue. Aces are always new beginnings. They're the beginnings of the run of the pip cards in tarot, right? Aces can also be about sort of, ourselves, how we see things, how we perceive things. And they usually bring about a shift change to them, right? So this could be a new inspiration or rekindling per se in an idea or a pursuit of how or what we want. And because it's fire, it's that idea of taking action. It's that idea of being driven by spirit, by our goals, by our deepest of drives, and the sort of the inspiration or the idea of taking action to move forward, right? So be on the lookout for, what's that, like those light bulb moments anyway, right? Those sort of ideas that kick off, that inspire us to move forward. Maybe it's the new month, maybe it's a new idea, maybe it's just a fresh perspective, but whatever it is, it's come out of the blue for us to kind of reignite our passions or re-establish our goals, right? Maybe in a different configuration, a different pattern, a different blueprint, or a plan, a recreation of a plan. All of that can be part of the Ace of Wands, right? It can also be just feeling passionate or inspired, a renewal per se in our inspiration towards what it is that we want. I do feel like with the purple backing of this card that there is like a a richness to this, like a depth to this that is profound, that is to bring us kind of, I almost want to say like what we deserve, if that makes any sense. And I mean that from that idea of purple being that color of royalty, that depth, that knowing, our seventh chakra energy too, right? So the fire in our heart or belly may be in alignment with the, the knowing of our soul as we move forward today. This flame on this Ace of Wands also looks very strong and apparent. Like we're not, there's not a lot of guesswork. And I've seen the Ace of Wands twice in the early part of this week. Really does feel like there's a new turnover. I said yesterday in the comments section when running the video, not yesterday's, but the day before that, it's like the car starting over in the Sunday reading, like the engine starting over and we're getting ready to move forward on a new journey. And I definitely get that vibe from this. This feels like a very strong fire, right? This strong awakening in a way to something, some sort of new pursuit, new goal, new desire, new perspective that is fresh to us, that is exciting, that is like, crackling with excitement. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now, this next deck is the one that I'm kind of most excited about because when I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Because oftentimes, Spirit will use music and pop songs into my head or lyrics into my head and send me messages. So this next deck is called the Hip Hop Queen's Oracle deck. So our Oracle card today is Kehlani. And it's superstition. All right, I don't know much about Kehlani and whoever she is, but superstition to me she almost feels like she doesn't quite trust the situation. Let's just say that. Like the look on her face, she's like, I don't know if I buy that. And so as I'm looking at her and this Ace of Wands, and I also love the purple border matching the purple of the back of this Ace of Wands, there is this idea of, to me, trusting our knowing, our rituals, our belief system, our deeper understanding. Even like, people think superstitions is about like being worried about, if I don't do it this way, it's not going to work, right? But I feel like she is giving me a little bit of, I don't know if it's Page of Swords or Queen of Swords vibes, in the sense that she's maybe watching the situation or watching this new perspective coming about, and I don't want to say not trusting it, but maybe we're a little bit careful about how we move forward today or how we trust this new inspiration that's coming to us, right? This Ace of Wands. I almost get a feeling like we're going to be careful as we step forward into this energy of this Ace of Wands, right? We're going to rely more on our own intuition, our own beliefs, our own rituals, our own practices to make the most of this, if that makes sense, rather than just jump in or take it lightly and just take action, right? We may think about it a little bit first. So let's read Kehlani superstition. This is caution, angst, reluctance, or fear. So you'll be hard-pressed to find a career trajectory as interesting as Kehlani's. Starting in a teen band aptly named Pop Life, the Bay Area native left the group and released a collection of mixtapes showcasing symphonic harmonies with a hip-hop slant. And that to me is kind of like, when I think of that, it's like our own, like when I was saying our own rituals and stuff, she releases these albums, right, with her own flavor to them outside of what is the norm for her when she was in the band Pop Life. Oh my God, these readings are going to be weird. But it's like finding our own voice, finding our own flame, finding our own answer, and then putting it out there and it being harmonious, right? So she says here, sorry. A collection of mixtapes showcasing symphonic harmony with a hip-hop slant, a skill flaunted by a select few. As her star ascended, Kalani confronted all the pitfalls of fame, often publicly. Those visible trials gave her room to be more open as an artist, speaking on infidelity, depression, emotional abuse, and even identifying as a queer recording artist and mother. There are layers to Kalani's story, yet she remains an open book. Sometimes you don't know how hot the stove is until you touch it, but you don't have to spend your life showing off a bunch of burn marks. The Kalani card is a sign: do not pass go. Whether in love, friendship, career, whatever, your gut instincts signal you for a reason. Resist the extreme, being so overly cautious that you're paralyzed, unable to make a move. Be thoughtful in your actions, and if something doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't. So, I think that we are going to be discerning today, even with like new opportunities or ideas that are present to us. But I don't feel like, I feel like this card is telling us to be, yes, watch, be true to ourselves and what we know in our own truth, right? Even if new truths or inspirations arise, but to not just like go in blindly, to weigh our options, to look at those things with a little bit more of a critical nature is what I feel like Kalani is saying to me. I love that she's also, becomes this queer recording artist and she lives out her truth. So this Ace of Wands could also be, a definite, like, deeper truth that's coming forward for us that we need to honor and listen to. Now, let's look at the clarifiers. We have the Knight of Cups. This is definitely an offer of love, that of loyalty, service, power, moving forward in purity with a pure heart, and intentions, like emotional intention, right? So as we move forward towards this goal or towards this new idea, and we're being true to ourselves and what we know to be true, and maybe not listening to others, we are doing so with a pure heart. We are doing so with a clear mind, a focus on love, balance, harmony, serenity, compassion, all of that as we begin to move forward with the Knight of Cups influence there. We have the Strength card, which we saw yesterday, Leo's influence. It's that balance of masculine and feminine. It's similar to the strength that you hear in Kalani's story of living the truth, speaking openly about it, right? Being real. And the Knight of Cups would also be about openness, right? And about not hiding who we are or how we feel. The Strength card is about also standing in that strength, understanding that we have everything that we need within us to follow this Ace of Wands, or to follow our truth as we move forward. Kalani's card says, do not pass go, all of that sort of stuff. Listen to your instincts, definitely. Your instincts are good here, but I don't think it means like a no per se. It's like let's look at this with a little bit more of a critical eye and really put our heart, our mind, and our soul into whatever decision we make today, or however we choose to move forward. We have the strength to do so. The last card is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is very grounded. It is that earth energy, but it's also about the hard work that we put in, and when and where we put it in. When is the harvest going to come in? There could be a contemplation. That's sort of the reluctance I feel in Kalani's face. She's like, definitely, skeptical in a way, let's say. But with the Seven of Pentacles, it's not a card of skepticism. It's a card of, I don't know if introspection is the right word, but it's a card of, weighing out what we've put in, when we've put it in, how we've put it in. Is now the time, the work that we've done, the goals that we've set. And it also would indicate too that we have the wherewithal and the power to move forward, or the strength to move forward, the ingenuity or the smarts, the ability to grow something, whatever this Ace of Wands is, this turnover, this change. We have the ability to grow it and make it happen. But I kind of feel like Kalani's telling us, don't do it haphazardly or without thought, right? Does that make sense? Now, here is our grounding stone to ground in for the day, and that is that of success. So whatever this new, what is that hair on the stone? Whatever this new opportunity is, this maybe renewed emotion through the Knight of Cups and this renewed strength, because we've seen strength twice in 2 days, these things should be successful for us, right? Even the work that we may have to put in, or even the patience that the Seven of Pentacles could indicate, like maybe now is not the time to take full on action, but to start to make the plan. Kalani's there ready to plan, guys. And Kalani, I will also say, just from her little story there, I don't know her music per se, but I will say that her experience, and the sort of unique experience that she has in her card story says to me that it kind of keys into that Seven of Pentacles, where that man there has had a unique experience in growing whatever and working on whatever he has worked on, and he sees the fruits of his labor. He sees the success, but he's also questioning, is now the time? There's still that slight pause. Yesterday we had that pause in the Hanged Man too. So I think that this is about sitting in the present moment and really feeling what's going on inside of us. That's the burning of the Ace of Wands too, and the emotions and the Strength card, the emotions of the Knight of the Cups and the Strength card. Coming up twice is that strength that's within us, listening to that fire that's within us. Strength is associated with that sign of Leo also. So that's going to be about that fire energy and that the generous nature of creating things that we love. That is your forecast for the day, guys. It will be a success. Remember to embrace all of it. Embrace is that underpinning stone this week. So embrace the successes and know that we can create them for ourselves through love, hard work, and our own strengths. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the decks. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to see how this energy changes. Be inspired and have a wonderful day. Take care.